Yeah, I can feel that's what you're embodying. I also appreciate the way in which you talk about culture and artifacts and values and assumptions. So break down what you mean by culture. And just to add is that you were mentioning it that for you hiring is really important. It's really precision hiring. It's the most important thing. You want to make sure you get it right. And if not, it also could potentially mean that you have to fire people, of course. But on the other hand, what I see also in you is that if, because ultimately everything trickles down and the top can really make a cultural shift, whether these people might agree with you or not, but it tangibly really affects the culture and it changes organizations. I have this observed time and again. It makes such an impact. So tell us about culture, really how you beautifully describe it in your book, and then how a leader actually impacts this culture for the good.
A culture is the way an organization thinks. It is the way that an organization expects. The culture of an organization is not the climate. The climate can change from day to day. The climate can change from situation to situation. The climate can change from the principal bringing donuts one day to not bringing it. The climate changes. The culture is the way that the organization moves internally. It's the way they react. It's the way that it's the way that they feel. When you can feel a culture when you come in, um, it astounds you. Astounds me when I go to schools all across the nation. I mean, really all across. And I'm in schools and I watch adults walk in hallways and never speak to children. Yet you're probably saying that never happens in schools. That always happens in schools. And I'm not saying it happens in every school, but that's a part of the culture, right? Or when you ask a student, what did you learn today? And they don't tell you what they learned. They tell you what they did. That's a part of the culture. When change initiatives are on the horizon and everybody's complaining and everybody, that's a part of the culture. So effective leaders, understand the importance of developing a strong culture. And it's not an easy thing to do, which is why the book helps leaders step by step. Number one, understand the culture that they're in, analyze the culture that they're in, and know specifically what action steps to take to impact the culture in such a way that it changes thinking, it changes behaviors, and ultimately changes outcomes. And a lot of it starts with the leader. Yet I give you something so simple. Growing up in education, as a teacher, as a assistant, it would always cringe. And even now, you know what teachers can't, most teachers, not all, some teachers can't wait for? I mean, from the first day of school, you know what they can't wait for? Let me see what you say. What can't they
Yeah,
wait for?
well, to see their children, the
Okay,
students, you
they
know?
can't wait to see their students.
Yeah.
Then right after they see their students, you know what they can't wait for?
Good
Break.
question. What?
Break.
Okay.
Whether that Christmas break or Thanksgiving break or summer break or whatever kind of break, right? That's a culture. And I see these cartoons all the time, 5 more days and then, or 7 more days until, that's a culture. It's the way we think about the job we do. And it starts with the leader. So, how we create culture starts with the example that we set as the leader. It starts with the words that we choose to use. It starts with the conversations we choose to have. It starts with what we tolerate as leaders in our organizations. It starts with what we tolerate in our classrooms. It is no secret that there are kids that will act up in every single classroom except that one teacher right there. Kids will be late to every single classroom except that teacher's right there. Kids will act up in every except that teacher's right because that teacher has established a certain culture in their classroom of what's acceptable, what's not acceptable, what the standard is, a culture of respect, a culture of appreciation, of value, all through. And the goal for a leader is to eliminate silos of culture. You don't want silos. You want the entire organization in such a way that kids aren't late, and that they are behaving, and that they are respected, and that they're valued, and that we're focused on learning. So, as difficult as it may sound, the book walks leaders exactly how to and really how to look at culture in a way that everything that you need you already have. This is not anything you need to go buy a program for. This is not anything that you need to buy 20-step program for. This, you don't need to bring a consultant in. You have everything you need to establish the culture that you want in your school, in your classroom, in your district, in your society, in your organization. You just have to empower yourself enough to get.
That's why knowledge matters. Make your life a masterpiece. Visit now programs.d-ykm.com.